This video brought to you in part by these fantastic sponsors.
Hey guys, what is up and welcome to the channel. I have finally recovered a bit from my crazy amounts of driving this weekend to the New York Anime NYCC Epic 7 Meetup, and I figured it was time to go over some of the merch that, well, not merch, but some of the goodie bag stuff that they had given out to everybody. And I apologize, my studio is a little bit messy, but this is probably one of the only places where I could really nicely spread all of this stuff out, so you'll have to excuse the mess in here. But one of the big things was we ended up getting these really awesome prints. I didn't actually expect to get these, so I didn't have anything to put them in. So you'll see like a little bit, if you can, there's a little bit of damage on them, and I'm kind of sad on that because I did want to kind of get these, like, I like getting things framed. All of these are signed by the developers that were there, which was really, really amazing. I actually got one of the signs that they had for the Meet the Developers, so that was kind of cool. We were standing around at the end, and they were like, "Hey, who wants? We're getting rid of this. Who wants these things?" And I was like, "Yes, please." Also, there's my dog. Hey, Crichton. So, yeah, all of these are really signed. They're really, really nice art, and they're nice and glossy and everything like that. So we did end up getting a bag at the end. I didn't win any of the T-shirts or anything like that. I didn't have the wristband to even enter for the stuff at the end there, but that's okay because I would have won 21 Clubbed it anyways. But we did get the goodie bag at the end. Some people said that they got a gift card for the Google Play at the bottom. They gave them like 2K Sky Stones and some Leafs. I did not have that in there. I guess my gacha luck on that was not very good either. But we ended up getting like some stickers. There's like some pins. I don't know what is actually in that. But we'll open that here in a second. And we got this cute little arky thing here. This is super cool. Check this out. Boom. 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 All right. So let me see what's really quickly what is in this thing right here. Hopefully the sound and video is okay. It's a mirror. So you can check out how good you look, I guess. Boom. Here's me and the camera. All right. So that's cool. The nice thing about that is that it all came in this bag, which is really, really big. Actually, it actually helped me carry a lot of stuff back to my car. So that was pretty cool. Oh, that's right. And then the other thing that I got that made like the trip even more worth is this. This right here. They were getting rid of the standees, and at the end they were like, "Hey, who wants this?" And I was just like, yeah, I can put this 100% in my Jeep." So yeah, I ended up taking this and carrying it across like New York to my hotel was interesting, and then carrying it down to put it into my Jeep was even more interesting. But overall, the event was really, really fun. I had a lot of good times there. So, and I'll talk about that more as soon as I get back to my computer and my other camera. But this is the stuff that I ended up walking out with. There's my sleepy dog again. Hey, Crichton, say hi to the camera. He's not having any of this, are you? So there you go, guys. It was a lot of fun. Some of the other ones have, some of the other boxes had like a Raku scarf. There were a bunch of shirts, things like that. You can see a lot of it on my streams if you go back and take a look at the streams of the event itself. But I'm going to head back to the other room, and I will be right back with my layout of my opinion of the event itself. Hey guys, what's up? I'm back in my
in my office so I can actually kind of go over things and all the other stuff that happened over the weekend, things that I was pretty hype about, what happened at the actual meetup, a little bit of my concerns, questions, thoughts about it. Now, it was their first meetup, so I didn't really know exactly what to expect out of it. There wasn't a whole lot of information that was given to us ahead of time in terms of the itinerary, anything along those lines, so that we could go, hey, you know what, like, what about this? What about that? I know that they had a lot of the things already set up and already planned out ahead of time, so that was like one of the really big things. Now, I did hear there was a Q&A. Unfortunately, it didn't really seem like the type of Q&A that a lot of people would expect. I did really enjoy the fact that they actually brought the developers there, being able to meet and just see the person who created this, you know, the unit engine, stuff like that was really kind of neat. And it was kind of hoping though that we would get to hear from them more a little bit, like, hey, I guess in my head I was expecting a bit more of the like the E7 Festa, or maybe like the press conferences, stuff along those lines. And I don't know, maybe they thought that they needed to do something a little bit different than that. This was their first step into the global market, and it was something that I brought up with like Mashu Desperado, one of the devs that I got to talk to a little bit later on, and it was definitely something that I think that moving forward they should kind of, you know, look into. And while it was really super fun, I do think a lot of people were expecting some answers, some, you know, upcoming teasers, something like that. Even worst case, if they would have just like thrown something up on the screen, maybe just like a, hey, this character, not any information whatsoever, just at the very end, just go boom, and everyone would be like, what this character, Queric, something along those lines, anything just to end that off with like the hype, the, you know, the speculation, stuff like that. Because one of the big things that really drives a lot of hype for a game is speculation, let's be real. It's one of the reasons why I feel like, you know, other games where we do have Clairvoyance EX, it's not really there's not a ton of things to hype there, because there's not that speculation, there's not the what's coming next, what's going on. But I think overall it was a lot of fun. It wasn't like exactly what I was expecting. I was expecting like sit down, you know, presentation, stuff like that. It was a bit more of like a mingle, a meet and greet. It was you know, a bit of a, you know, it was kind of cool. It got nice. It was nice to be able to like meet some people, talk to some people, test out my sweet streaming rig, which I gotta fix a couple of things on that. But it was nice to just be around other people that enjoyed the game and stuff like that, so we could talk about things. I do think that like next time, like I liked the Wyvern, the Golem thing. That was actually pretty cool. I'd like to see more of that. Hopefully at the next one, RTA will be out, so we could have potentially some RTA flexing sessions. That would be pretty neat. I do think though that they need to split the time between RTA, or you know, the event, the party, and then the actual, hey, this is some stuff that's upcoming. Even incorporating that in with, you know, like Once in Love, the you know, the host person, I forget her name, sorry, you know, being able to introduce some of that stuff, like, hey guys, we know that you've been really hype about Queric, and we can't tell you exactly when, but soon. That would have been very phenomenal. I think that's what like a lot of people were expecting. Some information on pets, some information on the imprint being pulled back onto yourself. Those are the kind of things that I think a lot of the people who were there were expecting. A lot of people on stream were expecting that. The cosplayers were really good. Good job on the cosplayers. It would be nice to see maybe some extra cosplayers. Maybe introduce some characters with some beards, and I will cosplay as one of those characters for you. So we'll see. It was overall pretty cool. I did like the giveaways. I did like the goodie bags. I didn't like the fact that I didn't know that I needed to get a yellow wristband, because I totally 100% would not have won that Luna, but at least there would have been a chance. So I think overall it was really good. I'd like to see them do this more at other conventions. I didn't get to go actually into New York Comic Con because I wasn't actually planning on going to New York in the first place, but the setup and everything that I saw was really, really nice. I would like to see them bring that to more larger anime conventions, to which I can go to cover both that and Fate Grand Order and anything else that's new. Arc Knights come to some of those as well, which I think Yostar probably will bring those to, you know, some of the other ones. But that aside, this is E7. The goodie bags were really cool. It did seem like very like weird because like everybody was supposed to get a Google Play thing at the bottom. I didn't get one, but that's just my gacha luck. So like I mentioned before, the rule standee was a huge surprise, and even though Goshin Ikagi, Twitch streamer that I got to meet and talk to for a little while, he took the lion's share, but he's going to be giving those out. I got rules, so I think I won. I don't have rule in game, so it was kind of ironic to get one that I don't actually have in game, but it is it's really neat. Like I said, I did get to meet other streamers, other people. I got to my favorite thing is when I'm like talking to people in person, and they don't know who I am, but then I tell them who I am, and then they're like, oh, you're that guy, I follow you. That's like one of the absolute coolest things, but also the weirdest things, because I don't think that I'm anybody important, you know, not any more important than anybody else. But it was really cool to talk to some of those people, get out there, just talk about things, talk about, you know, get feedback from other people. I think if I go to the next one, I want to actually like put together some interview questions about like the community, and like have that on stream as the thing's going, like in the intermediate, like in the interludes there between like their events, like, you know, interview people like, hey, who's your favorite waifu, who's your favorite this, like what character are you looking forward to, who cost you the most amount of 121 clubs, something along those lines. I think that would be kind of cool for future purposes. Next time, Mashu or Desperado, if you guys can hook me up with a Wi-Fi code, that would be fantastic. I'll get there early so that I can try to get that sorted out, which I apologize for those of you who were watching the stream on the issues there at the beginning. Apparently Verizon doesn't like to cover me in the middle of New York, which is weird, but yeah, no, and at the end I was standing around talking to Goshin Akagi for a little bit about things, and one of the devs actually walked up and kind of interjected himself into the conversation. So I got to talk to one of the devs for a little while and talk about how good they were doing. One of the things that like really struck me was that the devs were just like really apologetic. They're like, we need to do better. We have to do better. And I'm like, bro, you guys are you're already doing really well. In terms of like, because I play a lot of gacha games, let's be real. And in terms of where Epic 7 is now, even versus where they were at the very beginning, or versus like a lot of their competitors, they're doing a really good job. They take a lot of what is already there and is like people already like, and just polish the crap out of it and give us a pretty good product. I think once RTA comes out, that's going to be the really interesting thing, because not too many games of this caliber have done the real-time arena, and I think that if they capitalize on the momentum of that and the fact that a lot more people are getting into the game, a lot more people are competitive, really like the arena and PvP and stuff like that has actually been what's kind of been sparking my my increased gameplay and increased funding of this game, because of the competitive nature there. Because, you know, when people on the internet are like, oh, you're garbage, I'll be like, yo, RTA me, boy, like step up or shut up. So I think that that's going to be really cool. The fighting game, I did express to them that I would like them to continue with fighting game collabs, like obviously Blaze Blue Skullgirls, Tekken, Street Fighter. There are a ton of games out there that they could continue on the fighting game hype, because like I've mentioned on stream and many times, who are the most hype people in the world? Fighting game players. And what gets your game hype more than people who are hype about your game? So overall, I think that it was a good first attempt. I think that they're going to obviously take things back a bit, and then come back next time a bit better, because they do seem to be pretty active and ready to promote this in the global market, and I think that this is a good first step. I did bring up with Desperado that it seemed like, anime or New York Comic Con was a little bit of an odd step where I would have preferred maybe Anime NYC more for targeted. But I mean, I guess in terms of, size, go big or go home, and you don't get too much bigger than New York Comic Con. So I would imagine we're going to see them at the bigger conventions like AX, New York Comic Con, maybe San Diego Comic Con. But I would like to see them go more towards the anime cons, mostly just because I go to a lot of them, and that's just a jealous request of myself. But I did talk with Mashu and Desperado about maybe getting together, like, kind of telling them the things that I see in the community, especially like for my community, especially as somebody who sees other games and, is in the broader market of things. And just kind of expressing maybe like where the direction, like how I think that things should go, how my community thinks that things should go, and just give them advice and stuff like that. They seem very open to listen, and it was overall a really fun experience. The driving wasn't. I literally set up at another convention for my vendor booth Friday, and then got home, took a couple hours of napping, and then drove across PA to be there. I thought I would be able to take a nap, but I had to deal with some stuff, and then immediately like right into the event, and then I had to go to sleep right afterwards to drive all the way back across PA to get back yesterday. So it was and then I got home, I like went comatose for like 16 hours, but now I am back. I am awake with renewed vigor and more stuff. So as I get more and more into Epic 7, expect more content. I want to do more beginners guides, more overviews of characters and builds and stuff like that. So Rhaegar's Crash Course is going to kick up a bit more with things, but as YouTube is pretty bad with promoting anything, if you guys can help me get some of my E7 stuff out there to the community, that would be fantastic. And I'm going to get back to trying to get this Merc medicine to drop so that I can finally specialty change my Butcher Corpse Goblin Slayer. I've probably dropped like 2,000 energy on this node for none at all. So that's something that the community, that's something that Mashu, Desperado, you guys could take back to the devs is Epic Catalyst. I can get it from AP, but this drop rate is yikes. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Make sure you follow me on all of the social medias and do all of those things that YouTubers tell you to do at the beginning, middle, and end of the video. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy, homies. Peace.